So there's still a lot of unanswered questions in Ontario's back-to-school plan, leaving experts, parents and teachers wondering if the province's guidance will be enough to keep kids safe when they're back in the classroom. Joining me now, Karen Littlewood, a president of the Ontario Secondary School Teachers Federation. Good morning, Karen. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Good morning, Faiza. Nice to meet you on the screen.
Likewise. I wanted to ask you first about a deleted tweet appearing to show that the OSSTF is against vaccine mandates. Can you try to talk a little bit about where you stand on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you brought that up. So our communications department yesterday tweeted an article from, I believe it was July 27th, where the headline that they had put on for the interview I had done seemed to indicate that we don't support mandating vaccines, and that's absolutely not the case. OSSTF has been very pro-vaccine right from the start. While we had members working through the lockdown last year with the highest needs student, we were advocating for our members to have access to vaccines. Of course, we wanted seniors and healthcare workers to have their vaccines first, but we know that the best way to protect against the virus is to have your vaccine and to be double vaxxed. People right now who are in the hospital are people without a vaccine. So we continue to be incredibly supportive of vaccines for our members and for the public.
And I'm sorry, you might have cut out a little bit. Are you in support of a vaccine mandate? And would you say you represent about 60,000 teachers and educational assistants and all that? Would you say that the Federation is in support of a vaccine mandate?
Yeah, we wouldn't be opposed to a mandatory vaccine, but the question is, what does mandatory mean? So if it means that if you don't have your vaccines, and we know there's many reasons why people would not be vaccinated, does that mean that your employment is terminated? Or does it mean that if you're not vaccinated, perhaps for religious or medical reasons, that you have to wear full personal protective equipment? Do you have to be subjected to asymptomatic and rapid testing? We need to know really what the definition is going to be of mandatory, but we work with our members to comply with policies, whether set by the government or set by their own employer. Vaccines are what's going to protect us.
Okay, let me get your comments now on the province's plans. What's your reaction to the plan released by the province earlier this week?
Okay, so I'm glad it didn't come out on Labor Day weekend. It came out just after the civic holiday long weekend. It could have come out in June. There was really nothing in there that was new or revolutionary. Some funding was announced for air filtration and for filtration units in classrooms. But the question is, who's going to be monitoring those? Are the filters, is the maintenance included in it? What are the metrics that we're looking for? Are people going to be trained in the proper operation of them? There was nothing in the plan about cohorting, reduced class sizes, which we know will enable people to keep their distance. The plan says as much distance as possible. It's very vague. There's really not enough in it about the supports that are needed. We need mental health supports for the students. We have gaps in education. There's just so many questions after it came out. And the question is, like, why did that take so long? School boards now are struggling to implement what the plan says. And again, it's going to be up to the discretion of school boards when they're looking at air filtration. And really those standards should be set by the province. So there's pages in the plan that say to be announced. We represent members who work in the Provincial Schools Authority, and that's what it says for their section. Just wait and see. That's really inadequate.
Okay, OSSTF President Karen Littlewood, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me on, Faiza.
Take care. Okay, time now, 7:11 a.m. Melanie Ng, you've been serving looks all week, from makeup to wardrobe. Like, if anyone needs to be applauded, it is you.
It's true.
Faiza Amin.
It is you. I'm just going to say that.
Thank you.